The goal of this virtual reality game isn't to beat out your opponent or destroy aliens. It's to help put a stop to pain. It's a technique that helps distract patients from painful procedures.
We found that virtual reality can get patients through any number of painful procedures. We focused on burn care. It's an elaborate distraction, a way to pull people's attention away from the procedure itself and the pain that the procedure causes.
Burn patients, most of the time their pain is well controlled by pain medications, but during certain procedures, when they're having their wounds cleaned, for example, or when they're doing physical therapy stretching exercises, the pain is much higher and is often uncontrolled pain.
This virtual game, called Snow World, immerses patients into an alternate reality where they can swoop through an icy, snowy canyon and throw snowballs at snowmen, penguins, and igloos.
What's exciting about Snow World is it's a paradigm shift away from just relying solely on pain medications and shows the power of the human mind for helping patients control their own pain.
The experience is so engaging that patients have reported great success.
We're finding that that drastically reduces their subjective experience of how much pain they feel.
To test the virtual game, the pain patients might feel during a procedure is simulated with a thermal device on a volunteer's skin. It creates brief periods of heat-related pain.
And what was your worst pain during a painful stimulus?
3.
Don't worry, it doesn't harm, but it's enough to cause a reaction. Volunteers are then asked to rate their pain when playing the game.
So how much pain did you feel during that last pain stimulus?
2.
Researchers are working to find out whether the virtual reality game affects the brain in the same way pain medications do.
We've also done brain scan studies showing large reductions in pain-related brain activity during virtual reality.
They've found that regions of the brain that register pain showed the least amount of activity with a combination of virtual reality and pain medication.
We're not replacing the pain meds, but we're amplifying the effectiveness of the overall pain control by using this non-pharmacologic approach.
Using the VR approach to distract attention away from discomfort is the ultimate 3D reality experience.
Ultimately, the more we can get their attention, capture their attention, the more pain relief there's going to be.
Again, remarkable results there. And as you noticed from the video, when they actually carried out brain scans on the patients, we discovered that not only was the perception of pain reduced, but the actual triggering and signals of pain were reduced. Obviously, the general consensus seems to be that you don't want to use this to completely replace pain medication, but it can be used as a very useful adjunct, particularly as we're in a period where there's a serious concern about opioid addiction for pain relief, and this is spreading from North America into Europe quite rapidly. This is a good way to nip this problem in the bud, because as we saw there, not only can be used as an adjunct to make the pain killing more effective of pharmaceutical approaches, but in so doing it can reduce the actual physical quantities of the pharmacological painkillers, thereby reducing the likelihood of addiction and dependency, and also helping to wean people off at the end of their treatments. So this is all good, but how does it work? Well, nobody's really quite sure. There do seem to be evolutionary precedents that if you experience a traumatic injury or severe injury, your body goes into a kind of a shock mode where it kills the pain temporarily in order to distract you long enough that you can get away from whatever caused that injury. So it's a survival evolutionary method. This has been experienced by veterans in wartime where they've been actually shot or even had limbs removed and been able to run and get to safety where they could be treated before they even realized what had happened to them. So we can see how that could work, and this may have something to do with why the distraction approach is so effective in dealing with acute pain, but not quite so effective in dealing with things like chronic pain, ongoing everyday pain, because that seems to form completely different pathways and take completely different routes in the brain and require different approaches in order to distract people from it. So we're still, and physicians are still working on this. What seems to be most important is that your experience and your focus are absolutely vital to dealing with this. And another thing which we've discovered is really important in terms of experience is learning new things.